Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We've got some major breaking news coming out of the West Philippine Sea today, and it involves one of the most contested areas in the region, Scarborough Shoal. The Philippine Navy has just confirmed that they are actively investigating reports of a mysterious underwater structure discovered within the shoal. This is a developing story, so let's break down what we know so far. During a regular military press briefing at Camp Aguinaldo, Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad, the Navy's spokesperson for West Philippine Sea Affairs, made the announcement. He stated, and I quote, "We have received certain reports of structures underwater which we are verifying." This statement is huge. It confirms that something has been detected, and the military is taking it seriously enough to launch a full-scale verification process. Now, the Navy is being tight-lipped about the exact nature of these reports. They haven't specified what the structure is, how big it is, or who might have put it there. Is it a piece of old wreckage? A natural geological formation? Or is it something man-made? And if so, what is its purpose? These are the questions on everyone's mind right now. This investigation couldn't come at a more critical time. This development is unfolding against a backdrop of escalating tensions. Just recently, China unilaterally declared Scarborough Shoal, which the Philippines calls Banat Shoal or Bajo de Masinloc, as an environmental nature reserve. This move was widely seen as another attempt by Beijing to assert its control over the area, which lies well within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, as affirmed by the 2016 arbitral ruling. The Philippines, of course, does not recognize this declaration. So, the discovery of a potential new structure in this very location adds a whole new layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. For those who may not be familiar, Scarborough Shoal is a traditional fishing ground for Filipino fisherfolk. It's a triangular-shaped chain of reefs and rocks, located about 124 nautical miles west of Zambales. Since 2012, China has maintained a constant presence there, often harassing Filipino fishermen and preventing them from accessing the shoal's rich lagoon. The presence of the China Coast Guard has been a constant source of friction, leading to numerous diplomatic protests and tense encounters at sea. The Philippine Coast Guard and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources have been conducting regular patrols to support and protect Filipino fishermen, but the challenges remain immense. So, what could this structure be? Speculation is running wild. Given the history of island building and militarization in other parts of the South China Sea, the most alarming possibility is that this could be the foundation for a new artificial island or a military installation. Building structures on submerged features is a known tactic used to create a permanent physical presence and bolster territorial claims. If this is indeed what's happening, it would represent a significant escalation and a direct challenge to the Philippines' sovereignty and the stability of the entire region. It would fundamentally change the status quo at Scarborough Shoal. Another possibility, though, is that it could be related to scientific research or resource exploration. The waters around the shoal are rich in marine life and potentially hold valuable resources. A nation might install underwater sensors or equipment to study the marine environment or search for oil and gas deposits. However, any such activity done without the permission of the Philippines within its exclusive economic zone would still be a violation of international law. The declaration of it as a nature reserve by China could be a cover for these kinds of activities, cloaking them under the guise of environmental protection while they pursue other strategic interests. The Philippine Navy's verification mission will be incredibly challenging. They will need to deploy specialized assets, possibly including naval ships with sonar capabilities, underwater drones, or even divers, to get a clear picture of what's down there. And they will have to do all of this under the watchful eyes of the China Coast Guard vessels that are constantly patrolling the area. The risk of a confrontation is very real. Any Filipino vessel approaching the shoal is likely to be challenged, shadowed, or even blocked. This makes the mission not just a technical one, but a delicate diplomatic and military maneuver. The implications of this discovery are far-reaching. If a new man-made structure is confirmed, it will undoubtedly trigger a strong response from Manila. We can expect a barrage of diplomatic protests. The Philippine government will likely raise this issue with its international partners, including the United States, Japan, Australia, and its allies in ASEAN. The Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States could also come into focus, depending on the nature of the structure and the response from China. This could become a major international incident, drawing global attention back to the unresolved disputes in the South China Sea. From a legal standpoint, this also reinforces the importance of the 2016 arbitral award. That ruling invalidated China's expansive 9-line claim and affirmed the Philippines' rights over its exclusive economic zone. Any construction or unilateral action by China in Scarborough Shoal is a blatant disregard for this legally binding decision. The international community will be watching closely to see how this situation is handled and whether the principles of international law will be upheld or further eroded. This also puts a spotlight on the Philippines' own defense capabilities. The ongoing modernization program of the armed forces of the Philippines is crucial in this context. Having a credible defense posture, including a stronger Navy and Air Force, is essential for monitoring the country's vast maritime territories and responding to threats. This incident serves as a stark reminder of why investing in our national security and maritime domain awareness is not just an option, but a necessity. The ability to independently verify and respond to such incidents is a cornerstone of national sovereignty. As we wait for more information from the Philippine Navy, it's important to rely on credible sources and avoid speculation that could stoke unnecessary fear or conflict. The situation is sensitive, and official updates from the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines will be our most reliable source of information. We will be monitoring this story very closely and will bring you updates as soon as they become available. What the Navy finds beneath the waters of Banat Shoal could have lasting consequences for the Philippines and the entire Indo-Pacific region. This is a story that touches on issues of sovereignty, national security, international law, and the livelihoods of our Filipino fishermen. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it's one that every Filipino needs to be aware of. We'll continue to follow every development and provide you with clear, factual analysis. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think the Navy will find? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this update informative, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. That way, you won't miss any future updates on this and other important national issues. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.